Hello students, welcome to online classes of Shemstar Global School. This is Nabila Fatima. As you all know that we are studying the chapter The Delhi Sultanate from history portion. In the previous video, we have studied about the three dynasties of the Delhi Sultanate, that is the Mamluk dynasty or the slave dynasty, the Khilji dynasty and the Tughlaq dynasty. In this video, we will study the further topics of this chapter. Invasion of Timur. After the decline of Tughlaq dynasty, Timur invaded Delhi in 1398. Timur was a Turk, but he could claim a blood relationship with Changiz. His motive for raiding India was to seize the wealth of the Delhi sultans. Timur appointed Khizr Khan as his general before returning to Samarkand, which is in Uzbekistan, and Khizr Khan afterwards founded the Sayyid dynasty in India. Next dynasty in Delhi Sultanate was the Sayyid dynasty. The Sayyid Sultan ruled for a brief period and there were only 4 Sayyid kings. The Sayyid dynasty was the 4th dynasty of the Delhi Sultanate. It ruled from 1414 to 1451. They succeeded Tughlaq dynasty and ruled in the Sultanate until they were displaced by the Lodi dynasty. After a period of chaos, when no central authority was there, the Sayyid started ruling in India. Their 37 years of dominance witnessed the rule of 4 different kings of this dynasty. However, Sayyid dynasty was too a weak dynasty and was overthrown by Behlol Lodi. The last dynasty of Delhi Sultanate was the Lodi dynasty, which ruled from 1451 to 1526. Lodi dynasty was founded by Behlol Khan Lodi, who replaced the Sayyid dynasty from our country. This was the Afghan dynasty which ruled in India from 1451 to 1526. The most capable ruler of Lodi dynasty was Nizam Khan. It was during the time of Lodis when Portuguese under Vasco da Gama came to India. But Lodi dynasty ended after Ibrahim Lodi was defeated by Babur in the first battle of Panipat in 1526. Thus, after ruling in India for 3 centuries, the Delhi Sultanate came to an end. The last topic of this chapter is administration during the Delhi Sultanate. Under this, first topic is the Sultan. The Sultan was the most powerful person. Balban compared Sultan position with God. He introduced 2 customs to praise Sultan. First custom was Sajda, that is, lying on the ground at the feet of the Sultan, and second custom was Paibos, that is, kissing the Sultan's feet. To rule, however, the king or sultan needed the support of the nobles and yet had to keep them in check. There was a constant struggle between the sultan and the ulema during this period. Sultan had to protect the empire from the outside attacks and maintain law and order. He had to be intelligent, daring and resourceful to be an effective ruler. Is nobles and officials. The nobles were a very powerful group. Most of them were Turkish or Afghan. The rulers often gave high posts to their slaves. Some were governors and other military commanders. Sultan selected nobles for different departments of the state. Last is the army. Every king maintained a strong army to protect his kingdom from the enemies. The army consisted of the infantry or foot soldiers, the cavalry or the soldiers who fought on the horseback, elephants, etc. Apart from the standing army, the Sultan was provided additional troops by the Iqtidars. So with this, we have completed the chapter, the Delhi Sultanate. Please watch all the videos of this chapter carefully, learn the dates of different dynasties, and if you have any problem in any topic, then please ask from me by putting your questions in the comment section.